My name's Luis Garcia, and I'm here to introduce you to a revolutionary and exciting new sport called freestyle roping. A sport that's been such an important and fun part of my life for the past 12 years, both as a performer and as a private trainer. Most fitness experts would agree that jumping rope is one of the best exercises that any athlete, from the beginner to the professional, could incorporate into their workout. Boxers, for example, have traditionally used jumping rope as an essential part of their fitness program. Freestyle roping is the ultimate jump rope workout. It will help you develop the skills that will maximize your performance in every type of sport. The freestyle workout will burn calories and reduce your body fat, improve your endurance, and enhance your muscular toning and development. It'll do wonders for your hand, eye, and foot coordination. Your overall athleticism will be greatly improved, especially your lateral movement and agility, your first step speed, your timing to the jump, and your explosiveness. In only 20 minutes a day, 3 to 4 times a week, not only will you get into incredible shape, but you'll also become the very best athlete that you could be. After years of working with hundreds of beginning jump ropers, I've developed my own unique teaching method which introduces people to the sport of jumping rope in a way that makes it both easy and enjoyable. Remember that if an exercise program is really fun, there's a much better chance that you'll stick with it. So what we've done is to reinvent the sport of jumping rope by steering it in a whole new direction, a direction that's creative, safe, and easy to learn. Freestyle roping will make a great addition to any fitness program. So whether your sport is basketball, tennis, dancing, football, or you just want a great, super fun workout, there's something here for everyone. What I'll be showing you today are just a few of the literally hundreds of movements and combinations that can be used in freestyle roping. Freestyle roping can be done basically anywhere to any type of music, as long as you feel that it will inspire you to move. And it doesn't matter if you've never held a jump rope in your hands before. With our program, you'll gain immediate benefits and have fun from the very first time you try it. So just sit back, relax, and enjoy the presentation.
Hi, I'm Rita May, and I'm a rebel roper. I've been performing with Luis for the past 8 years. There's 2 things in life I love. I love to have fun, and I love to sweat. So I became a dancer. Well, when I discovered freestyle roping, I immediately fell in love with it because it was such a great workout, and it was also a creative outlet for me.
Luis and I have traveled all over the world performing and teaching freestyle roping. This tape is the result of years of experimenting with and refining our techniques. No matter what size or shape you are, it's easy to learn freestyle roping.
I hope freestyle roping will be as exciting to you as it has been for me. Now, let's get down to basics.
In selecting a good rope, there are some specific things to look for. First, it's very important that the rope's length is adjustable, because as you become more skilled at freestyle roping, you'll probably want to use a shorter length rope than when you first started jumping. I don't recommend weighted handled or heavy ropes since they're slow and cumbersome and can take the fun out of jumping. Believe me, you're going to get an awesome upper and lower body workout without a weighted rope. The rope should have quality grips. I prefer foam grips because they're easy to hold on to even if you start to perspire. As far as shoes are concerned, I suggest a good pair of aerobic or cross-training shoes. They should have good padding for the ball of the foot and be designed with lateral movement support. Grip the rope by the handles. Put one foot on the center of the rope and pull up. The handle should be about chest high. This is a good length to start with. Grip the handles as if you're shaking someone's hand, with emphasis on the thumb and index finger. The grip remains soft. Elbows should remain close to the body, with your palms facing front and slightly turned up. Keep the handles in a straight line as if you're holding an imaginary pole from one handle to the other. Your ankles and knees remain soft, shoulders are relaxed with the weight over the balls of your feet. Try to keep your upper body straight without leaning too far forwards or backwards. Here's a profile shot of proper body position. Notice once again that Rita's shoulders are relaxed, her knees and ankles are soft, her body posture is straight. Also that she's turning primarily from the wrist and not moving her arms very much, and that she's only jumping a few inches off the ground, which makes this a very low impact exercise. When jumping backwards or in the opposite direction, the body posture is almost exactly the same except for the rotation of the wrist, which is an up and back rotation. Grip the handle with your thumb and index finger closest to the rope end of the handle. Do not grip the rope from the other end of the handle. Grip the rope firmly, but don't put what we sometimes call a death grip on the handle. Keep your elbows into your body, not away. Your shoulders should remain down and relaxed, not up and tight. Turn the rope primarily with the wrist, not with the arms and shoulders. Keep the weight over the balls of your feet and your body posture straight. Do not lean forwards or backwards. Keep your weight centered. When jumping, straighten legs on the way up and land softly with slightly bent knees. The balls of the feet are the last part of the feet to leave the ground and the first to touch. Don't jump with your knees overly bent, and do not land flat-footed. Only jump a few inches off the ground. It will really minimize the impact to your body. Do not make big jumps. You expend way too much energy, which is a very common mistake amongst beginning ropers. You want to try and make your basic 2-foot jump look effortless. When turning the rope, keep a smooth arc and keep the slack out of the rope. Do not allow the rope to lose its natural arc. No slackers out there now. You want to maintain a nice, even motion with the rope.
In the next segment, we'll begin by showing you a variety of basic techniques for turning the rope. These rope turns are an essential building block for all of the jump rope moves that you'll see later on in this tape. Then we'll demonstrate a number of what we call neutral or resting moves, all of which are designed to help improve your timing and endurance level with the rope and are perfect for the beginning freestyle roper. So even if you're not in the best of shape, or even if you've never held a jump rope in your hands before, this is how you get started.
Begin by gripping the rope with both handles in one hand and turn the rope to the side of your body in a forward direction. Make sure the rope turns directly forward and doesn't start to drift sideways to the left or over to the right. Switch hands and try this from the other side. This will help develop your coordination with both hands. Now try turning the rope backwards or in the opposite direction. Once again with one hand, and then over to the other. This will help you when you begin to jump backwards, which actually has a more natural feel to it than jumping forwards. Now let's move along to what we call figure eights. Grip the rope with both handles in one hand and cross the rope in front of you in a figure eight motion. Do this a few times and switch over to the other hand. Now using both hands, grip each handle individually and repeat the entire sequence. First forward to one side of your body, and then the other. Then backwards to one side of your body, and then the other. And finally in a forward figure eight motion. Before you begin jumping inside the rope, I strongly suggest you begin your training with the rope turning to the side of your body. This technique will help you develop a smooth motion with the rope and help build your timing and endurance without you having to worry about catching your feet on the rope, or what we call missing, because at this point you're not jumping through the rope. Neutral and rescue moves are all done with the rope turning to the side of your body. These very low impact moves are a great way to get comfortable, relaxed, and loose with the rope as you begin your workout. Neutral and rescue moves are great for warming up your body. You can use all the different rope turns we just showed you. Here you see Rita doing a twist with a two-handed figure eight rope turn. And here my feet are doing the box step and I'm using a one-handed forward rope turn. If you've ever taken an aerobic class, a lot of the footwork in these moves might look very familiar to you. When practicing these moves, it's important to keep good form, shoulders down, elbows in, and turn the rope primarily from the wrist. All these very low impact neutral and rescue moves can be learned in no time at all. Just stay loose and relax and have fun with it. We begin this section with a basic run with a right hand forward rope turn. In this next run, Rita's knees remain high and in front of her. Then she switches over to a left hand forward rope turn. This is a classic boxer shuffle with a right hand figure eight rope turn. Now switching to the left hand and finishing off with left hand figure eights. These moves are a great way to work on your hand, eye, and foot coordination. You'll develop a nice, smooth motion with the rope without having to worry about missing, because at this point you're still not jumping through the rope. Later in this tape, you'll see how many of these moves are the exact same ones you'll eventually be doing through the rope. You can see Rita is starting to get a little funky here. Getting as loose as you can with the rope is something you really want to work towards. In this move, my feet are crossing and I'm using a variety of different rope turns. Neutral and rescue moves will give you the timing and footwork that you eventually need to jump inside the rope, but they can also be challenging in and of themselves. No matter what shape you're in or how good an athlete you are, you can learn most of the moves and start to burn calories from the first day you try them. In the following segment, we've put together a few of the neutral and rescue moves you've just seen into a continuous sequence. But remember, the individual moves can be combined in any order that you want, which will give you the freedom to make up hundreds of different routines. Just use the moves you like, combined with your own creativity. Later in the tape, you'll learn how you can do these same continuous sequences inside the rope. Notice here how I switch from my right hand to my left, which brings up a really important point. Freestyle roping is a great way to develop the coordination in your weak hand. For right-handers, it's your left, and for you lefties out there, it's your right. In most sports, being able to use both hands equally can give you an incredible advantage. So always remember that it's a good idea to practice all your rope turns during every workout. Forwards, backwards, left hand, right hand, and figure eights. Try mixing it up. Here, Rita and I are doing a continuous sequence of low-impact, neutral, and resting moves in unison. Jumping rope with friends or family is a great way to have fun and exercise at the same time. You can get together as a group, work on individual moves, play follow the leader, or choreograph entire routines together. These low-impact moves are excellent for anyone who's going through rehab or recovering from an injury. They're easy on your body, and you can safely build your timing, strength, and endurance. By now you've seen there are a large number of moves that you can incorporate into your workout without ever jumping through the rope. And when you begin to jump inside the rope, remember you can always go back to these neutral or resting moves if you become overly tired or think you're going to miss. Besides helping build your timing and endurance level with the rope, this technique is extremely important because it will help you recover, maintain a nice even breathing flow, but still allow you to keep your heart rate up until you're ready to begin jumping through the rope again. The important thing for the beginning roper or the person who's not quite as physically fit is to stay outside the rope and eventually work your way back inside the rope when you're rested and feel you're ready to do so.
In the following section, we introduce you to a wide variety of jump rope moves. You'll see some basic rope moves as well as some more advanced jumping techniques. Each one of the individual moves will be repeated many times so you gain a very clear picture of how they're done. A really important technique to remember when learning these moves, a technique which I developed after years of working with hundreds of beginning jump ropers, is that if you're having trouble with a particular move, practice the foot and the arm movements without the jump rope first. Then, once you're comfortable with the foot and the arm movements, add the rope by putting both handles in one hand and turning the rope to the side of your body. By doing this, you'll be able to break the movement down into separate components, get your timing down before you actually jump inside the rope and put it all together.
Step number 1. Practice the foot and the arm movements without the jump rope first. Then turn the rope to the side of your body, which makes step number 2 a neutral or resting move. Step number 3, jump through the rope. Once again, without the rope. Then a neutral move with the rope to the side of your body. And finally, through the rope. So remember, if you're having trouble with any of the following moves, you can always go back to the 3-step breakdown. The following jumps will be shown first in slow motion and then at regular speed. When learning and practicing these basic jumps, keep these important pointers in mind. Your shoulders stay down and relaxed, your elbows in and not away from your body. Turn the rope primarily from the wrist. Your body position is straight, without leaning too far forwards or backwards. Knees remain soft. Only jump a few inches off the ground and try to land softly. You'll notice that a lot of these basic jumps are built on the neutral and resting moves you've already learned. The only difference is that now you're jumping inside the rope. The best way to learn these jumps is to watch the tape, then either in front of the television or wherever you've got enough room to swing the rope freely in both directions. Just grab a rope and jump to it. And when you feel you need to, you can always go back and refer to the tape. If you want to get a little more creative with the rope, here are a few more moves you might like trying. I'd like you to pay close attention to this next move, the figure 8 entrance. It is the key to going from neutral and resting moves to jumping inside the rope and then back to neutral and resting moves. Begin with a two-handed figure 8 rope turn with your hands held closely together. As the rope begins its downward descent, pull the handles apart and jump through the rope. In this next section, we put together a number of basic jumps you've just seen with a variety of neutral and resting moves and tying them all together with a figure 8 entrance. When I talk to people about jumping rope, I hear a lot of them say things like, "I know it's great exercise, but it's just too hard." Well, by using this technique, where you jump inside the rope and then you recover with neutral and resting moves, you can see that it just isn't true. As we showed you earlier in this tape, you don't have to continuously jump through the rope to get an awesome workout and have a lot of fun at the same time. Begin by picking a few of the basic jumps that you're comfortable with and combine them with neutral and resting moves. The variety of combinations and sequences you can create is almost limitless. Here I'm outside the rope, now inside. And back to outside. In this next continuous sequence, Rita will demonstrate how once you've built up your skill level and endurance with the rope, you can transition from one move to the next without the use of neutral or resting moves. Freestyle roping is a great way to improve your agility, your hand, eye, and foot coordination, and your cardiovascular conditioning. You will tone every major muscle group in your body. No matter what your body type or athletic ability, you can't beat freestyle roping. Not only is it fantastic for your physical conditioning, but it is one of the only exercises that will develop what you might think of as your mental conditioning as well. Freestyle roping forces you to maintain a certain level of concentration, because if you don't, you'll get hung up on the rope and miss. Here you can see Rita doing foot crosses, arm crosses, the drape, and the running man, all without the use of neutral and resting moves. After you've gotten comfortable turning the rope in a backwards direction, it's time to try the backwards figure 8 entrance. Begin with a backwards figure 8 rope turn with your hands held closely together.
When the rope is at its lowest point and begins to come in front of you, pull the handles apart and jump through the rope. Speaking of backwards, almost all the neutral and resting moves, as well as all the basic jumps, can be done with the rope turning backwards. Jumping backwards might feel a bit awkward at first, but just keep working at it and in no time at all you'll begin to feel comfortable. Here's a boxer shuffle with the rope turning backwards. And now we have a basic run. Jumping backwards will open up an entirely new dimension to your workout. Switching from backwards to forward jumps and from forwards to backwards will give you so many additional combinations to choose from. You'll also be working your athletic skills in a whole new way. So make sure that every time you pick up a rope, you spend a few minutes jumping backwards. And now I finish off the sequence with some backwards figure 8 entrances. Oh, by the way, it's okay to miss.
Next, Louis and I will combine jump rope moves with some basic dance steps. This will show you an important difference between freestyle roping and traditional jumping rope. By incorporating dance steps and body movements that come naturally to you, you'll see how exhilarating and inspiring freestyle roping can be.
What we want you to get out of this section is a feeling for how you can improvise with the rope and how we originally came up with the name freestyle roping. You can see here how Rita's really loose, she's feeling the music, and she's moving and grooving in a way that comes naturally to her. This might not be the exact same type of movement which feels natural to you, but the important thing is that you put on some music that makes you want to move, and you start to bounce and bop and dance a little with the rope. If you like rock and roll, throw on some rock. If you like classical, put on Mozart. If hip-hop's your thing, that's cool too. Not only can you shake your rear end, but you'll shape it too. Freestyle roping is one of the best butt shapers in the business. It will shape your body from top to bottom. You've already seen a lot of the moves you're watching in earlier parts of the tape. They're just sped up and a little funkier now. I've always enjoyed putting on some music and starting to dance a little with the rope. You'll be amazed at how quickly time passes when you approach your workout this way. When most people think of jumping rope, they know it to be great exercise, but quite often they think of it as too hard, boring, and monotonous. Well, we hope you've seen it's a lot easier to get started than you thought, and it definitely doesn't have to be boring. Just the opposite. Freestyle roping is a whole lot of fun. No matter what your body type or natural athletic ability, if you closely follow our teaching method, you'll be amazed at how quickly you'll start to make gains and have fun with the rope. One of the big pluses about freestyle roping is that you can do it by yourself, but you can also do it with a friend or a group of friends. When the music's on and the ropes are turning and you're working on moves and tricks, there's so much positive energy surrounding you. We know that some of the moves you've seen throughout this tape might seem difficult at first, but remind yourselves to stay loose and relaxed and challenge yourself and concentrate on one move at a time. Just be patient. Start out by practicing 3 to 4 times a week for about 15 to 20 minutes a session, and you'll be amazed at how quickly you'll get good with the rope. You'll be working hard, but at the same time you'll be having a blast.
For those of you looking for a high-intensity cross-training workout that will maximize all your athletic potential, this section's for you. The jumping moves you'll see will do wonders for your upper and lower body toning, speed, power, and stamina, while at the same time helping you to develop and refine the individual skills that'll make you the very best athlete that you can be.
Triple, triple, triple. Let's see that one more time in slow motion.
start with single jumps, then to doubles, then work your way to triples. You can clearly see the explosiveness in consecutive triples. Now you'll see some of the most advanced moves you can try with the rope. First at regular speed, and then in slow motion. These jumps are something to work towards and challenge yourself with. Just like you did with the basic jumps, make sure you use the 3-step break.